No more. Good morning to you, and welcome back to today's JRPG Weekly Update. I'm SuperDerek, and we got a lot of JRPG news to go over today that's really got me pretty excited, so stick around. Excuse me, I'm just preparing my morning coffee here. So yeah, welcome back to today's JRPG Weekly Update. Today's roast comes all the way from Costa Rica. My parents took a trip out there, brought back some beans, and today I'm going to be enjoying it on my bripe. It's been a little while since I put that to use. That is a little bit hot yet. So let's talk a little bit about some of the cool stuff that's going on, starting with, some of the not so cool news. Let's start with game delays here. We got Princess Maker 2 Regeneration it's coming out here pretty soon. There's a few versions of it. There's the PC and the Switch version, and it seems like those are coming along just fine, but the PS4 and PS5 release of the game is going to be delayed a little bit. They were originally going to be coming out on July 11th alongside Nintendo Switch and PC. However, it looks like due to some unforeseen circumstances, they're going to be pushing back the release of those until August 8th of this year. Next up, Project Magia has finally got itself a real name. It's a real game, everybody, and it's also got a new trailer. The name of the game is Farmagia. Farmagia? It's like Magia, but with a farm, I guess. We don't know a whole lot else about the game, except it's going to be coming out sometime in 2024. No other details are known, so hey, at least we got a name and kind of a day, sort of. And then we have this other really cool looking solo-made indie RPG called Legends of Astravia, I think is what it's called. Yeah, Legends of Astravia. Now, this is a game that features timing-based combat system where you can interrupt enemy timings. The game features art and exploration that are also in turn inspired by Golden Sun. And here's a quote from that person who's making this game. They say, "I have no publisher, Kickstarter, or funding," and it's been in development for about 6 years now. And what's really cool about this, though, is that it's finally coming to kind of some fruition here. It looks like they have a playable demo available on Steam as of right now, and it has a planned full release in Q1 of 2025. Now, this one also has me pretty dang excited, especially as a fan of retro and weird console releases, especially the really underground ones, and I think that it doesn't get a whole lot undergrounder than Vi, which apparently is now coming to Steam in July of this year. The 16-bit classic Vi will return later this year, according to the studio. This completely rewritten port of the game features refreshed user interface, seamlessly looping music, controller support, and more. And here's the thing, you can't just take that for granted because this was all a SEGA CD game before. The developers say that this will mark their first ever title on PC. And worth noting is that Farmagia, the crew behind this, are responsible for the Lunar Silver Star Story Touch port to iOS and Android, and apparently there are screenshots available on the Steam page right now. So this has me pretty excited about the prospect of them maybe doing more Lunar-related ports to PC. We'll just have to stick around and find out. Now, at the Sony State of Play, there were a lot of people who weren't very pleased or excited about a lot of the things that were going on, you know. There was Astrobot, and that was about it. But as far as I was concerned, the thing that caught my eye is this game called Where the Winds Meet from Everstone Studio. It's a new kind of Wuxia-style title that appears to be Souls-like, emphasis on like the parry and dodge mechanics. It's being developed for PlayStation 5, and no other details are really known at this time. I don't even know if it's going to be an RPG or not, but it looks cool enough that I thought I'd throw it in here anyway, and couldn't hurt. Now we have a little bit of an update to a game that I know a lot of you have been really curious about, and I've been really curious about it for a while as well, and that is the state of Dragon Quest III HD-2D. Turns out it's still alive. but they're not calling it Dragon Quest III HD-2D. In the most recent teaser that they've put out, it's kind of interesting. It appears to hint that it might not just be Dragon Quest III getting this whole HD-2D treatment, but rather maybe even the whole trilogy, with text on screen that say things like "The Mark of Erdrick" and "The Legacy Begins." So we really don't have any dates yet, which would have been nice. But hey, it's alive, and it might be more alive than ever before. And that would explain so much. That would explain why it just went MIA out of nowhere. Is they just like, oh, the scope expanded. And it makes total sense, because if you look at Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3, in the US anyway, all of the graphics and visuals were pretty much identical. In Japan, they were iteratively improved, but we got them way after the fact, and we got, you know, basically the remakes of Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 by the time we got them here in the West. So anyway, it kind of makes sense that they might do this, because they're also relatively short games. They were Famicom games in the first place, after all, so it's super exciting. But that's about it for now. We haven't really got any real confirmation one way or the other, so we're just gonna have to sit tight, relax, and hype responsibly. But until next time, guys, I hope you all had a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, everybody.